Hey guys, Midway Piper back with you again today. It's gonna be a pretty short video today. First things first, housekeeping business. Today, I'm smoking my Missouri Meerschaum Dwarf Cobbett pipe. And this is only the second time I've smoked it. First time, that night is when I came down with the that stomach bug that was going around. I think it was back in October. So you can imagine I was a little paranoid about, smoking the pipe again. But here we are today. So, one, it's got a really cool stem on it though. I do like this stem. In it, I gave this a go. Rivertown Tobacco Works Maple Cask. It's got a great smell to it. I'm not sure what I think about it yet. It's almost like a harshness to the my back palate. Not quite sure. It's maple and rum. I just got an ounce. This is a new blend or brand. So I figured this was one of the two flavors that seemed really interesting to me. I'm a huge fan of maple, and honestly, I haven't been a huge fan of any of the maple tobaccos. I keep hoping for one that's really going to come through with that maple flavor. I mean, so far it seems to be more of a scent thing than a taste thing. I have Maple Shadows. It's okay. Not like a die-hard fan of it like some folks seem to be, but yeah. So I'll smoke this down a little bit and see what I think of it later. There goes the rooster again. There's definitely a rum flavor that's coming through. Two things I wanted to briefly mention. Number one is RFK Jr. and Tulsi both made it through Senate selection. Both been approved, so that's fantastic news as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully Kennedy will smack the FDA into shape as far as their thoughts on tobacco. At least not having them overregulate it, I should say. Jonathan, Piper X1X. You're right. Piece of garbage. Anyways, second thing I wanted to mention, sort of a little bit of a VR to Mark Lawson. Put out a video today talking about sort of some of the more prominent, I guess we could call them, content creators for the YTPC not necessarily being not helping to promote other channels. I guess we'll call it that. He's a big fan of that, of giving shout outs to other channels, and I certainly agree on that. It's a great thing, bringing attention to other channels. Sometimes I do feel like they're sort of overwhelmed with videos, but nonetheless, it's just a time constraint thing. It's not that I don't enjoy watching the videos. The unboxings are getting a little much, in my opinion. At least going through the whole unboxing process and all that kind of stuff. It's cool to show off new pipes, new tobacco, and stuff like that, but watching people cut open boxes and all that kind of stuff is, whatever. That's a me thing. They're obviously highly successful on the YTPC, so keep it up. But I was thinking about what he was saying about that. I think there's sort of two different parts of the YTPC. I think there's content creators who view themselves as content creators, and then there are YTPC members who want to be part of the community while creating content, but to be engaged in the community. And I think a lot of the bigger channels are there not solely, but primarily see themselves as content creators. They want to provide a service to the community. So I think that might be part of that split, or that reason the difference is there. Maybe there's also a very good possibility that some of these channels, as they get bigger and bigger, there's just so many comments, so many people reaching out to them, and if they start promoting channels, then everyone and their best friend's uncle is gonna try to buddy up and get a shout out. Maybe that's a concern. I don't know. I love the comments. I do try to respond to as many of them as possible, at least to like it and acknowledge that the comment was made, if not an actual comment back. Because for me, it's about the engagement. I don't have any interest in just making videos and trying to increase my subscription count, because again, what is that going to translate to? I mean, it's cool when you see new people come along, new subscribers come along. The other thing too is YouTube has gotten really the notifications have just gotten really bad. There'll be comments on videos that I never got a message about. I've been tagged in a couple videos and never got a notification about them. Happened the other day, and I went back and I looked through my notifications. Nothing about it. I just stumbled across the video, which, cool. But if I wasn't subscribed to them, would I have known? I don't know. So I think that's probably another part of the issue as well. But I don't know that my thoughts have really changed on this too much. I'm glad I only got an ounce. It's not bad. It's nothing to write home about for me. There definitely does seem to be a little something harsh about it. Yeah, still not 100% sure on this yet. I'm also still not fully back to normal either, so that might have something to do with it. But one other quick update. I think I mentioned in a previous video that my wife's car was in the shop, and oh, I did bring a tamper out here. Fancy that. Don't need to use my finger after all. Back in late November, I think it was, an oncoming car hit a deer and it flew in front of her car and damaged her car. The body shop we brought it to did great work with it. There was also a crack in her windshield, and so the body shop, after they did their body work on the car, in a very timely manner, brought the car over to Safelite, and their sole purpose for existing is replacing auto glass. So they brought the car over there to get the windshield replaced. The crack had gone, halfway across the windshield, so there was no repairing that. So they put in a windshield, called up the body shop, said it was good to go. Body shop went over to pick it up, and they noticed there were scratches on the windshield. The brand new windshield. And they're like, no. Do your job correctly. So they took it out, they put in another one, and then they couldn't get it to Subaru. And with all the sensors and everything that all these new fancy cars have, they couldn't get all the sensors calibrated with the windshield. So they brought over to Subaru, and Subaru's like, you put in an aftermarket windshield, it's not going to work. You would think this would not be the first Subaru windshield that Safelite, who only does auto glass, they would have known this. So then they had to go back to insurance and say, hey, we have to get a legit Subaru windshield, so it's going to cost more. So they had to go back and forth with insurance on that, which took a while longer, and then it took forever to get the windshield in stock. Mind you, the body shop had been pestering them this whole time because they weren't getting paid until the windshield was done. And what, 2 weeks ago, end of January, and we brought the car in November. End of January, I called them to give them hell, and they're like, oh, we're still waiting on the windshield. So they finally put the new windshield in, and then they said, oh yeah, we can't calibrate the windshield. So I had to go to Subaru dealer again for them to calibrate the windshield properly. So today the car was finally ready. It's February 12th. And the car went in to the body shop, at least, in end of November. It's pretty impressive. Insurance covered a rental till something around December 20th. And that was it, because reasonably speaking, the car should have been done by then. It's crazy. All they do is auto glass, and they can't calibrate it. They can't apparently replace it correctly. It's pretty amazing. But that whole mess is done, so she just got her car back today, so very, very happy about that. Still can't get over the quality of this pipe. Not in a good way, by the way. I showed this in an older, in another past video. Um, the stem is beautiful, but I think you can see the horrible glue job that they did putting that in there. And this is not one that I got from, a third party dealer. This one came directly from Missouri Meerschaum. The glue job on that is just, look at that. Look at all that. That's horrible. Look at all that. And then, you lose like where it goes into the pipe. It's like right here. And then they filed it down so it's at a bit of an angle. But I mean, you lose this much of this already small bowl. At least file it down so it's not taking up the whole bowl. But I do want to like this pipe. I really do. I'm a Dwarf fan. And that's why I got this Cobbett pipe. But the quality is very subpar, shall we say. I don't know that I would get another Missouri Meerschaum after this one. I don't know. I know I spent, it's like $30, so, but, I mean, again, look at that. That's sloppy. That's really sloppy. I don't know. It snowed about another inch last night. You can hear a little bit of it melting in the background. Supposed to get another inch or so tonight, plus some ice. But then tomorrow's supposed to be 45 and rainy. So hopefully it'll melt a lot of this stuff. And then we got another storm coming through Saturday night. I've only seen one guesstimate on the amount of snow so far. That's about 4 to 7 inches, which I'm so tired of this crap. If you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to do anything but, clean up your own driveway, that's one thing. But to have to do that here and then go to work, and it's a private road we're on, so you have to take care of the whole road plus everything else up there. It's just tiring. Got to work around 7 this morning. It took me about an hour and 45 minutes or so to clean up everything. It's exhausting. But hopefully that pesky rodent was wrong and winter's just about done. That would be great. Who knows? We'll see. Eventually it'll end. I know some people like snow, but for me it's one of those things that's just a nuisance. Because all this stuff, you put in the effort to clean it up, to get it out of the way. Eventually it's all just going to melt anyways. And all that work was, there's nothing to show for it. I don't mind doing work and clean up and things like that if you've got something to show for it. Snow? There's nothing to show for it other than the accessibility that you had before the snow. So, I don't know. I know people like snow. I know people like winter. I don't really mind the cold so much. But something about this winter is it's just getting to me. I think early next week we're supposed to be a high of like 20 and a low of 6. So for a couple of days, so that's gonna kind of suck. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. My wife is picking up my son from school right now, and I'll come home, do his homework, and then I told him we're doing some Mario Kart racing because I haven't had time to spend with him really lately. Yesterday morning I had to get to work pretty early. He went to school, then after school there's like a Lego club after school kind of thing, which he loves. It's fantastic. Loves building with Legos. And so that's cool. But by the time he got home from that, he wasn't even home. I didn't even see him last night. I had to leave for my second job, and then I got home at 9:30, and he was in bed. So, and then this morning, come on. Come on, lighters. They don't like this cold. Impressive, huh? Well, you see that? It worked for a second. All right. That must be a sign. It's pretty much gone anyways. I've got one more Rivertown blend. So I'll try that one. Oh, probably for the next video. I want to find a new bulk blend that's just kind of relatively cheap, easy to come by. I can order a big quantity of at some point. Nothing super expensive or fancy or anything like that, but we'll see. This is not the one. That I know for sure. So anyways, that all being said, talk to you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and we'll see you then. Bye.